Welcome to Mathematics Revision. Come to exam, midterm exam 2024. I'm your teacher Anyoka. I'm going to take you through section 1 and section 2 of mathematics paper. Welcome. Our first question reads, without using a calculator or a mathematical tables, evaluate. And here is our expression. So this expression has a combination of many operations. We start with the use of body mass. Body mass says we start with the brackets, so we simplify what we have in the brackets, change to mixed fraction, 3 over 2 times 1 over 3, which gives us 1 over 2. Then we move to off. We have the statement 1 over 2 of 2 over 5. We get 1 over 5. Followed by division, so we divide. After combining this one, we get 1 over 5. So we have 1 over 5 divided by 3 over 15. This is the same as 1 over 5 times 15 over 3. Here 1 by 5, 1 by 5, 3 by 3, 1 by 3, 1 is equals to 1. Then next we move to we combine what we have. Then we have multiplication. We are multiplying the two values, 7 over 10 times 6 over 7 by 7, 1 by 7, 1 by 3 by 2, 3 by 2, 5. So we have 3 over 5. After we have dealt with the major operations, now we can combine the two, so that our expression will take shape. Combining the two, we have the first one, which is we started with after combining this and this one, we had 1, followed by multiplying the 2, we have 3 plus 3 over 5. After multiplying the 2, which we had in brackets, we have minus 1 over 2. The LCM of 5, 2, and 1 is 10. And then we have 10 plus 6 minus 5. And this one gives us 11 over 10, which simplifies to 1 and 1 over 10 as our final answer. Question 2. Question 2, we are told to evaluate, or to simplify the expression. Simplify the expression 9x squared minus 4 divided by 6x squared minus x minus 2. So let's start by factorizing the numerator, where the numerator is a difference of two squares. So difference of two squares going with the identity 1 minus a minus b, a plus b, it gives us a squared minus 2ab minus b squared. So this is a difference of two squares. So the square root of 9x squared is 3x. Square root of 4 is 2. Square root of 9x squared plus 2, then minus. So we factorize by finding the square root of of the two terms, and then we put them into quadratic factors. Denominator, in the denominator we have a sum of -1 and product of -12. Two numbers you add, you get -1, -4, and a 3. Factorize 6x squared minus 4x plus 3x minus 2. Group them into 2. 2x is common in the first group. 3x minus 2 plus 1 into 3x minus 2. 2x plus 1 and then 3x minus 2. This is the factor that we have. Now we want to combine the two, numerator divided by denominator. So we get back to where we simplified our numerator, 2x plus 1 and 3x minus 2. If we check the 2, we have 3x minus 2 and 3x minus 2, which will simplify, which will cancel out, and our final expression becomes 3x plus 2 over 2x plus 1. This is question 2. Then question 3. Question 3 reads, a man buys a refrigerator on hire purchase. He pays a deposit of 6,000 followed by 12 monthly installments of 1,200. Calculate if compound interest is charged on the full amount borrowed at 7% per month. Calculate the cash price of the item to nearest shilling. So in this question, we are expected to use compound interest formula. In compound interest formula, amount is equals to principal into 1 plus rate of interest to the power of n. So we want to find amount. Amount in this case is the borrowed amount, which is usually equals to total installments, which is 1,200 times, from the question we have 1,200 as installment, each installment, times the number of months, which gives us 14,400 shillings. And then we know that n will be equals to 12, that is the number of months, and principal we don't know, but we know the rate of interest is 7% per month. Now we substitute the information in the equation. So 14,400 equals to principal into 1 plus 7 over 100 raised to 12. Working out these brackets, it gives us 2.2522 principal, 1,400 dividing by 2.2522 by 2.2522. Now our principal becomes 6,393.75. The question says to nearest shilling, so this one will be 6,394 Kenya shillings. But what are we finding? We are finding the equation, we are finding the cash price. We know that in hire purchase, principal, that's borrowed amount, is always equals to cash price minus deposit. So cash price minus deposit of 6,000 is equals to 6,394. We take 6, adding 6,000 to both sides, we get cash price as equals to 12,394 Kenya shillings. That is the response to question 3. Now we move to question 4. Question 4 says, find x if the cosine of 3x is equals to 3x minus 30 is equals to sine 7x plus 50. So we know that we want to find x when the cosine of 3x minus 30 is equals to sine 7x plus 50. When sine is equated to cosine, and of course the coefficient is 1, 1, the two angles are complementary angles, following that the sine of angle theta is equals to the cosine of its complement, 90 minus theta. So the sum of the two angles will give us 90 plus 7x plus 50 is equals to 90. 10x plus 20 is equals to 90. 10x is equals to 70 by 10 by 10, x is equals to 7 degrees. So that's the value of x. Question 5 reads, the length of an arc of a circle is a fifth of its circumference. If the area of the circle is 346, find the angle subtended by the arc at the center of the circle, the area of the sector enclosed by the arc. So the length of an arc is a fifth of its circumference, and the circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. So if this is the circumference, and we know that length of an arc is equals to theta over 360 times 2 pi r. Dividing both sides by 2 pi r, this one will cancel. And then now our we have 1 over 5, this equals to theta over 360, multiplied by 360, multiplied by 360. So theta is equals to 72 degrees. Then we are supposed to find the area of a sector enclosed by the arc. So area of a sector is equals to theta over 360 pi r squared. And this pi r squared, in the question we are told that the area of the circle is 446.5. So area of a sector will be 72 over 360 times the area of a circle, 346.5, and this one gives us 69.3 square centimeters. That's correct response for the same. Question 6. Question 6 says, a train leaves town A and travel towards town B at 48 kilometers per hour. If we illustrate, this is town A, this is town B. Town A, we have a train which is moving at 48 kilometers per hour. Another train leaves at the same time. Town B travels towards A at an average speed of 52 kilometers per hour. If the two towns are 500 kilometers apart, find how far from town A they will meet. So it's a question of relative speed. So relative speed, in this case, the two trains are approaching each other, so relative speed will be the sum of the two, which gives us 100 kilometers per hour, the sum of the two relative speed. To find the time taken for the two to meet, it is always equals to, you can call it overtaking time, is always equals to distance between the two over relative speed. This distance between the two is the distance when the two trains started moving, so which is 500 kilometers divided by relative speed of 100. So this one gives us 5 hours. So the two trains will meet after 5 hours. So we want to determine the train that moved from A to the point where they will meet. The train moved from point A to where they will meet, moved at a speed of 48 kilometers per hour. So we know that distance, it is equal to speed times time. So speed is 48 times time taken is 5 hours, and this one gives us 240 kilometers. So the distance from A, they will meet after a train that started from A has covered a distance of 240 kilometers. Our next question, question 7. Question 7 says, find percentage error in evaluating x plus y, evaluating x plus y minus z. Question 7. If x is equals to 3.2, y is equals to 3, y is equals to 2.4, and z is equals to y is 5.6, and z is equals to 2.4. So for the these three measurements, we can find the maximum and the minimum, because this is actual. So what is the maximum value for this one? Our absolute error in each measurement is 0.05. So we add 0.05 to 3.25 maximum, 3.15 minimum. 5.65 maximum, 5.55 minimum. 2.45 maximum, 2.135 minimum. We want to find x plus y minus z. Let us find the maximum value of this. Maximum value will be the maximum of sum minus minimum, so that we get the difference. So maximum sum of x plus y is 3.25 plus maximum value of y 5.65 minus minimum value of z, which is 2.35. Then we find minimum value. Minimum value of this one, it is the minimum value of minimum sum minus maximum z. Minimum sum, which is 3.15 plus 5.55 minus 2.45, and working out this one gives us a maximum of 6.55, minimum of 6.25, and of course actual will be equals to 3.2 plus 5.6 minus 2.4, and this one gives us 6.4. We want to determine percentage error. So percentage error is always equals to absolute value, absolute error over actual times 100. So the absolute error is the difference of maximum minus minimum divided by 2, then over actual times 100. Our maximum value for this one is 6.55 minus the minimum, which is 6.25, divided by 2, then divided by actual 6.4, then times 100. This one gives us 0.15 over 6.4 times 100, and this one gives us a percentage of 2.344%. That is how we approach this question. Question 6, question 8. In question 8, we are asked to, let's read question 8. Mr. Getao bought a new car for 900,000 shillings, which depreciated at a constant rate of 8.5 per annum. After some time, he sold it to a second-hand dealer at 600,000 Kenya shillings. How long did he stay with the vehicle? Give your answer to 2 decimal places. So it's a question on depreciation. Depreciation formula: amount is equal to principal 1 minus r over 100 raised to n. Our amount, it is the value of the car after t years. So 600,000 equals to the principal, it is the initial amount of the car, 900,000 into 1 minus the rate of interest, is 8.5 per annum, then raised to n. So we want to find the value of n, which is the number of years. So divide by 900,000, divide by 900,000. So we have 2 over 3 is equals to 1 minus 8.5 100 raised to n. So if we subtract, we get subtracting the 2, we get 0.915 to the power of n. This equals to 2 over 3. When we are finding the value of the unknown and it is on the power side, we always introduce logarithms both sides. So we say the logarithm of 2 over 3 is equals to the logarithm of 0.915, and this n comes here, so n. Then we divide by the logarithm of 0.915 over the logarithm of 0.1915, and this one gives us a 4.56 years. 4.56 years. Our next equation, we are told to use by the use of logarithmic we want to evaluate 5 over the root of 0.876 minus 23.59 cubed. Evaluate the following using tables of cubes, square roots, and reciprocals. We must have some evidence of using the same. So let's start by getting the square root of the root of 0.876. This one is 0.876 raised to the power of half. And this one we raise this number such that the power of 10 is divisible by 2. So this one becomes 1287.6 times 10 to the power of negative 2, and then raised to a half. If we open brackets, we have 87.6 raised to a half times 10 to the power of negative 1. And this one gives us, from the table we read the tables of squares, roots of numbers between 100 and 10. We read this one and it gives us a 9.359 times 10 negative 1, and this one is 0.9359. So if we combine the value for the second time, now it becomes, the expression becomes over 0.9359 minus we get the cube of 23.59 cubed. This one we need to express the number to standard form, 2.359 times 10 to power 1, and then we cube. This one becomes 2.359 cubed times 10 to power 3. Reading this one from the table, we get the value as 13.128 times 10 to the power of 3, and this one gives us 13,000 128. So combining the two expressions, we subtract 13,128. Then we factor out 5, then 1 over. Now it is the use of reciprocal. Express this number to standard form. 0.3 times 59 times 10 to power negative 1, then minus 13,128. So this one proceeds to 5 into, we read this one from the table of reciprocals, we read 9.359, which gives us 0 0.1 0.1068 times 10 to power 1. When it is negative at the denominator, it goes to the numerator and becomes positive. So we change the sign every time. Minus 13,128. This one gives us, if we work out properly and subtract, this one will give us negative 13,126.9315 as our final expression after evaluating. Then we have question 10. Question 10 says, question 10, find the value of y in the expression 2 to the power of 2y minus 3 into 2y plus 1 and then plus 8 is equals to 0. So we can see there is addition sign here or subtraction sign, and we don't have a law that is connecting the two, the subtraction and addition. We only have a law which says multiplying the numbers of the same base, add the indices, dividing numbers of the same base, subtract the indices. So this one is a combining multiplication and division, but for this we don't. So this one is a question that we must manipulate it until we say let. So we want to get back to the origin. 2 to the power of, it is the same as 2 power y times 2 power y minus 3 into 2 power y times 2 to the power of 1 and then plus 8 is equals to 0. This one we like tracing back where the numbers came from. Then we say let 2 to the power of y be x. So x times x minus 3 into x times 2 plus 8 is equals to 0. So this one becomes x squared minus 6x plus 8 is equals to 0. And then we have the sum, negative 6 product 8, two numbers, negative 2, negative 4. And x squared, we want to factorize, minus 2x minus 4x, then plus 8 equals to 0, x into x minus 2 minus 4 into x minus 2 is equals to 0, x minus 4 x minus 2 is equals to 0, and then now x is equals to 2, x is equals to 4. Now when x is equals to 2, we need this condition. What is the value of y? We know that y, 2 to the power of y is equals to x, which is 2 to the power of 1. When the base is the same, equate the indices. So y is equals to 1. And when x is equals to 4, 2 to the power of y, which was x, is equals to 4, is equals to 2 to the power of 2. So 2 to power y is equals to 2 to power 2. Base is the same, we equate the indices, y is equals to 2. So we have the two values of y is equals to 1 and y is equals to 2. Very good. So our last question in section 1 says, find the value of k if the expression x squared minus 28 over 10 x minus 20 plus k is a perfect square. The perfect square, we know that b over 2 squared is equals to ac. If we factor out this, if we expand this one, b squared over 4 is equals to ac. So this one becomes b squared is equals to 4ac. So from the expression, we can identify what a stands for. A is equals to 1, coefficient of x squared. B is equals to negative 28 over 10, coefficient of x. And the C is equals to negative 20 plus k, the constant. So substituting the formula, b squared, 28 over 10 squared is equals to 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is negative 20 plus k. So we open brackets, negative 80 plus 4k is equals to 28 squared, 784 over 100. Cross multiply, 784 is equals to negative 800 plus 400k. This one to this side you add, so 400k. This equals to negative 7,216. You add the 2. So this one we divide by 400, and our value of k becomes negative 18.04. And that is the end of revision of midterm exam section 1. Thank you for revising together, and I wish you nice studies. Bye.